means participants are having R software with them. So I would start from the very beginning. As far as the R is concerned, means we will be just talking about how can you install this R software, and how can you just install the package of BiblioShiny over there, and how can you just land on the portal or on the interface where you can just perform all sorts of analysis related to this bibliometric analysis. But before that, I just want to recap all the things which we have just done earlier in the previous sessions of bibliometric. So here I would like to share one PPT with you all, and from there I'll be just taking you people to the BiblioShine. So I hope I am audible and my voice is clear to all. Can anyone respond in between so that I'll be just
Yes.
okay, fine.
Your voice is very clear, Shrish.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for confirming this. Is this PPT is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay, great. Right. So you all are knowing that what is bibliometric analysis. Again, I'm just going to revise all the things what we have just done earlier. Bibliometrics are a statistical analysis of books, article, or other publications. You are knowing this thing. Bibliometric is closely associated with scientometrics. Scientometrics means here in bibliometric, what we are doing, we will be just analyzing all sorts of metrics and indicators. So that is why it is bit different from other statistical analysis which we are conducting, like systematic literature review or meta-analysis. So bibliometric is a little bit different from all those analysis, because here we are using some sorts of scientific metrics and indicators for analyzing the previous available data or the papers. And as far as analysis are concerned, so analysis are used to track author or research output and impact, and also it is used to calculate journal impact factors. So there are various tools available through which we can just do this as a visualization tool we can use for understanding this bibliometric analysis. And was viewer is was the visualization software through which we can get the output, and output in terms of figures, in terms of pictures, and through those pictures we can have some understanding related to all these metrics and all these indicators. So this was the basic of bibliometrics. No need to go in detail. And the next part of this is methodology involved in it, again, because you have done the previous session related to this VOS viewer. So you all are knowing that how can we conduct the bibliometric analysis. And if you are having any doubt at last, you can just put your question on the chat box and we will be just having the discussion on it. But before coming to that, I want to just finish my task, means I want to give some hands-on experience of BiblioShiny, and so that you will be comfortable to operate that particular software. And as far as paper publications are concerned, definitely that's the most important thing for most of the people who are available here. And for doing so, there is one very, very important paper. I'll be giving the link at last, and you can just go through that particular paper and you'll find that how can you get publish your paper in terms of bibliometric analysis. So
Oh, are we also covering eView software today as mentioned in the brochure? Regina ma'am?
Please tell me, sir.
Are we also covering eView's software today as mentioned in the brochure?
E-views, but today we have
If we will get the time, then we will cover it. Otherwise, e-views will be covered in the next session. Dr. Shrish, sir. Uh, Dr. Shrish, I think
Sir,
something.
sir,
I
sir, I
think
think
something has
he's logged out,
happened.
sir.
Okay, okay. Let me check. Okay, 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 okay. Due to some technical error, someone has removed sir, and he was continue in the lecture. So please, participants, don't remove. At least guests don't remove. Otherwise, who will be taking the lecture? Please take care that you are removing the guest.
Now, am I audible?
Yes, yes, please, please.
Okay. So sorry for inconvenience, participants. Extremely sorry
We should,
because I couldn't understand what happened exactly over there. But thanks to
By
Tiwari
mistake,
sir.
someone has removed you, sir.
Okay, no issue. So thank you, Tiwari sir, for informing me because I was in flow. I've just covered 4 to 5 slides over there because I want to come on the hands-on session as early
Shrish
as
sir, there
possible.
is one
Yes,
query from one participant,
yes,
Sunil
sir.
Gupta.
Yes.
We are going to cover the e-views also.
No, today it's not possible because it will take around 1 hour to cover this software only, right? One and a half hour, and then we'll be having this question and answer session. So that
Okay, so
you
next, Sunil ji, we will cover in the next session someday other.
right, right. Okay.
participants, someone mic is on. Please check.
Sir, please continue, Shri sir.
Okay, okay. Sorry once again, very much sorry for inconvenience, dear participants. So I'm going to share once again my slide with you all. And please let me know whether, because there is, I think some technical glitch is there. My network is not stable. That is why it is happening
No,
in
no, you
between.
are stable, sir. You are stable. Please
Okay,
continue.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, let me know that this slide is visible to all of you.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now it's
Yes, sir.
visible. Now
Okay,
visible.
it's visible. Fine. Right. So I think this particular slide, this particular definition is already covered. At that moment, you were with me or not when I've explained this thing?
No,
Because
sir.
this is okay. Actually,
Yes,
this
sir.
is right. So this is basically the things which you have already covered in the previous session whenever you were just going through that VOS viewer. So what is bibliometric analysis? What is exactly it is, and what we are going to cover, and what is the difference between bibliometric analysis and the other methodology like systematic literature review and meta-analysis. So this is related to that. So there's no need to waste more time in it. And again, this is the process through which we can just get done our work for the paper writing. And after that, this is one of the most important basically slide where we will be discussing two important things, that is performance analysis and science mapping. I think this is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
This
It's visible, sir.
all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. This time I'll be asking in between so that I can be in touch with you all, right? So performance analysis and science mapping, these two things are very important whenever you are writing your paper for bibliometric analysis, because these two things should be reported in the research paper. If you are writing the research paper for bibliometric analysis, what is the performance analysis and what will come under the science mapping? These few metrics are mentioned over here. In performance analysis, you can cover the publication related metrics. Under the publication related metrics, there are so many things. Total publication, number of contributing authors, sole authored publications, co-authored publications, so on. Similarly, citation related metrics, total citation, average citation, then
Sir,
citation and public.
your
Yes,
slide is in the on the first slide only.
that is on the first slide.
Yes,
Still,
sir. Still on the first slide.
Okay. Thanks for informing. I'm changing
but
it.
have you
It is,
changed it, sir?
yeah, it is being changed in my laptop. I don't know where
But
means
because we
why.
were thinking that still it is you're on the first slide.
Okay, so let me do the things like this. Now let me know whether the slide is being changed or not.
Yeah, sir. We are. I think some fourth slide, sir.
Right. Now it is visible.
Yeah, sir. But
Okay,
font
I
is
think there
small.
is
Sir,
some.
go to the second slide, sir, first, sir. Second slide, then come to this.
Okay, this is the second slide. And this
Yes,
second
sir.
slide is just including some basic introduction of bibliometric analysis, means what is it exactly and what we will be doing in that particular bibliometric analysis, right? So if you people are interested, I'll be sharing this slide with you all. There's no problem. So you can just go through it. And if you're having any doubt, at last you can just have the questions on the chat box and I'll be just in responding accordingly, right? So this is related to the definitions and all. So shall I move further? Because I want to bring you people on the hands-on experience as soon as possible. So that's why I'm just covering all these things, because these are the fundamental things and that should be known to all. And then we will be knowing that how can we install the R and R Studio, and then we will be installing the package of BiblioShiny. Then we will having some hands-on work on that particular thing. Fine. So the next one is the thing which is very important, that is this. What I want trying, I mean, I'm trying to tell you that performance analysis and science mapping, these two things should be in your research paper, because whenever you are writing your research paper for bibliometric analysis, then you have, means what you should quote over there, what you should report over there. So performance analysis should be reported and science mapping should be reported. What are seeing all these things inside the BioShiny, right? But here you should means you can have a little bit basically what you can say knowledge or insight related to these performance analysis and science mapping analysis. Like publication related metrics are there, citation related metrics are there, citation and publication related metrics are there. What are these metrics exactly? We will be discussing is it inside the BiblioShiny, and in science mapping, citation analysis, co-citation analysis, bibliographic coupling, co-word analysis, and co-authorship analysis. Most of the research papers which are being published in terms of this bibliometric analysis, they are basically just reporting these two basic things: performance analysis and science mapping analysis. Besides this, if you want to get your paper published in a bibliometric analysis, you can just have some base paper and accordingly you can report, because it is not necessary that you are going to report all the metrics which are mentioned over here. It will be depending on your objective, on your scope, on your gap, means what you want to fill. But again, these all are the important metrics which we should know during writing the paper. After that, there is one very important slide, because most of the participants means can have the better knowledge related to this. But again, until unless you are not understanding this concept, so most of the time you can just find all the things through the software. Here, I just want to make one thing very clear, that when you will be using this bibliometric softwares like Weaver or BiblioShiny, then there is nothing to do from your side. You are going to just put all the data inside the software and the software will be giving you the results. But the important thing is that how can you report those results? So if you are writing the results in an appropriate manner, and if you are very much comprehensive in all sorts of terminologies used inside the software, then you can just report the results in an accurate manner. So that is why this is important. Otherwise, I can just skip this slide also. But here, I just want to make one thing very clear, that because whenever we will be using sign that is basically science mapping, then we can use some sort of matrix or author matrix like H index, G index, M index. So what is the understanding related to these? First of all, I want to make this thing clear to all of you. If you are knowing it, it is good. If you are not knowing, trying to understand here, and if you are having any doubt, you can ask at last, right? So as far as the H index is concerned, here you can see that the H index is directly related to the citation. And I hope all you are knowing that what is citation. So according to the citation, as per the citation, H index can vary. Here you can see there are few columns: serial number, citation, square of the citation number, serial number, and cumulative citation. So just see here what is happening exactly. Suppose some author is there who has published around means 25 papers, right? So the first paper means the highest cited paper is that paper which is having the citation 76. The next most cited paper is 47. Next one is 45. So what we have done, we have just arranged all the citation in decreasing order here. You can easily see it that all the citations are arranged in decreasing order. So there is one paper of yours, it may be that is having the highest citation. I just assumed that the citation number is 76. The next paper, which is the most cited, and that is having the citation of 47. Similarly, the citations are in the decreasing order. Now, what will be the H index? You can just compare the serial number with the citation. So here you can see that this serial number 14. This 14 serial number is having the citation 14. Then the serial number 15 means 15th paper is having the citation 30. So here serial number is more than the number of citation. So we will not include this thing in each index. So our each index will be 14. I hope this is clear. This makes sense. H index is 14 because you will be just quoting this thing. You will be reporting the H index over there, and you will be just showing that which is the most significant or most relevant author or most relevant article, right? So this is basically the H index. So H index is what? H index is just showing that how much articles are there who are having the citation more than that particular article number. So if we are having suppose 15 articles and out of those 15 articles, 14 articles are having that citation more than 14, then our H index will be 14. Is it clear? Am I audible? Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And the next matrix is basically the H index, and H index is what? H index is basically related to the square of the serial number and what you are going to do, cumulative citation. So serial number 1 square is 1, serial number 2 square is 4, serial number 3 square is 9. So similarly, what you have done, you have just squared all the serial numbers. So this is like this. And ultimately, we are going to make the cumulative citation over here. So cumulative citation is what we are going to add the citation, this previous citation to the next citation. So suppose this is 76, the first citation is 76, so cumulative citation will remain 76. Why? Because before this there is no any citation. But for the second article, the citation is 47. Before this, we are having 76 citation already. So the cumulative citation will be 47 plus 76, that is 123. The next one is the third, that is having the individual citation of own, it is 45. But before this, we are having total 123 citation already. So 123 citation plus this 45 citation, that is 168 citation. So this is the cumulative citation. This is simple statistics. There's nothing to be worried. But what we are going to understand over here that the citation, square citation and the cumulative citation. So we can see here that the citation 324, this square, and the cumulative citation is 500. So and 324, 510, then 361, 515. Similarly, we can go till 484. So what is happening over here? The square is 484, the citation is 522. The next 23, the square is 529, but the cumulative citation is becoming less than this square of the serial number. So we will stop here where the square of serial number is equal to or higher the cumulative citation. So the G index will be 22. So this is the simple calculation. And I10 is what? How many articles are having more than 10 citations? So you can just calculate here. This citation is more than 10. This is more than 10. This is more than 10. Till here, we are having more than 10. So there are 18 articles which are having more than 10 citation. So I10 index is 10. So I think this is easy to understand. And the basic concept is to know what is H index, because until unless we are not knowing the concept of H index, we cannot quote this, we cannot report this in our analysis. Then after this, there are some visualization tool through which we can analyze this bibliometric analysis. So first one is bibliometrics R, that will be basically the BiblioShiny, BBXL, Jeffy, SciMat, VOSViewer, UCNet. There are so many tools available through which you can just do your bibliometric analysis. So this VOSViewer has been covered earlier, and bibliometric R means BiblioShiny. We are going to cover this tool today. So you can just use these two tools simultaneously for reporting your results, or you can use any one of these two tools for reporting your results, and you can write your paper by using any of these basically tools, right? Here one last slide, that how to conduct a bibliometric analysis and overview and guidelines, Journal of Business Research. This paper is basically representing the very systematic way to write a paper on bibliometric analysis. So if you want to read it, that's a very good paper. Before starting, if you are very new to write the paper on bibliometric analysis, and if you want to get it published in a good journal, so before starting to write, you have to go through this article. It is my suggestion, so that you can find means what should we report, how can we report. All the things are clearly mentioned in this paper, and you can easily find, this is open access paper, and you can easily find through Google Scholar or through the net, right? So this is all about basically related to the bibliometric analysis. Now I want to come on the main topic, means for which we are here, that is BiblioShiny tool. So BiblioShiny tool, I'm going to stop first of all this slide. Stop sharing. Okay. So if you're having any doubt, you can just put the question in the chat box. We'll be having the discussion at last. Now I want to showcase how can you install the R software. Basically, without installing the R, we cannot use the BiblioShiny software. So for doing the analysis on BiblioShiny, first of all, we have to install the R. So for doing so, what can you do? First of all, you can install R, and then you can install R Studio, because until unless you are not installing both the softwares at the same time, you cannot access that particular BiblioShiny software. So how can
You are muted.
no, I just corrected it. Give me a moment. So I think this is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right. So if you are having already this software with your system or with your PC, then that's good. But if you're not having, then definitely we can do it. Just a moment. So are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can just see because in my PC there is R and R Studio. Both the
Sir,
softwares are already installed. Yes, sir.
sir, yesterday we have completed installation of R, so it is
Okay, that's
available with
great.
most of that.
Okay, okay, fine. If you are having this thing, then
Some
that's yes.
some of us have not, so kindly tell us, sir. It's okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
There's no issue. If you people are not having, then you can just download it from here. You can see this CRAN R project org. You can just click on this. What you have to do, you have to just write R in Google, and you will be finding some links. From there, you can just go through this site cran.r-project.org. Download R. Here you will be having the option, means download R 4.3.1. I think this is the most recent version of R, because R is being updated on the regular basis. So every moment, because earlier means last time when I conducted my this uh, FDP for the BiblioShiny, at that moment the interface was little bit different. But today, because I've installed it by today itself, even I've not seen that which type of interface is now. So I'll be just seeing it very first time with you all. So I think that there might be some differences. So it is being updated on the regular basis. So you should try to keep it updated on the regular basis. So if you are installing it, try to update it, right? So here you will be having the most updated version. You can just download the R from here. And after installing this R, what you are supposed to do, because I'm not going to install it once again, because I'm already having this R Studio with my PC. So I'm just showing you means how can you do it. So first of all, you have to download the R. After installing the R, you have to download the R Studio. Until unless you are not installing both the softwares, you will not have the interface or the dashboard from where you can just start it, right? So you can just write it on Google again. So you can just write down the in Google R Studio. So R Studio download, you can find it from here and just go to R Studio desktop, right? So whenever you are going it, again, it will be asking some questions from you. Then you can just download R and R Studio from here also. Download and install R, download R Studio desktop, right? So there it again, here are some options for Windows 10 and 11. You can just download from here. For Mac operating system, you can from here. Means there are so many options, so accordingly you have to choose the correct option that would should be downloaded, right? I hope this is clear. So my ultimate objective is to tell you that you have to download both the things at the same time. Firstly, you have to download the R, and then you have to download the R Studio. So you can just note it down that we have to download two things, R as well as R Studio, right? After installing these both softwares, then you can go on the R Studio, because R Studio is the interface where we'll be doing all sorts of analysis. And again, most of the time, the means people are thinking that R is involving some sorts of coding, and we are not having the basic background of coding and all. So believe me, the R Studio will be providing you the packages through which you will be doing any sorts of analysis, and it will never requiring a lot of coding over there. So as far as coding problem is concerned, so R Studio will be making it very comfortable for you people. You have to just remember few commands, and after giving those commands, the things will be done automatically, right? So there is no need to have the prior knowledge of coding and all. So this is all about means how can you install the R and how can you install the R Studio. Those who have done, that's a good thing. Those who are just doing it for the very first time, they can just do it after this session, right? But remember, you have to install R as well as R Studio. Now I am going to share directly the R Studio of my system, because I want to come on that BiblioShiny. Okay, this interface is visible to all of you?
Sir.
Visible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the interface of R Studio. So after installing R as well as R Studio in your system, you will be able to find the R Studio. From where you can get it, just write R Studio in your search bar, right? Here you will be writing R Studio. You will find the R Studio. You can just pin it in the taskbar so that in further means analysis, there is no need to find it again, right? So I have just pinned this thing with my taskbar. You can see it here. This is the symbol of R Studio. So you will be just clicking on this R Studio and the R Studio will be opened, right? And the interface will be like this. So you can see here that this is the interface of R Studio, right? So after opening this R Studio, so after installing both the software, what you are supposed to open, you have to open the R Studio, not R, right? So you will be opening the R Studio and you will be finding this type of interface over there. After doing this, so because whenever you will be installing this software on the very first time in your system, then what will happen? You will not find BiblioShiny directly over here. Why? Because BiblioShiny is the additional package. So first of all, you have to install that package in your R Studio. Are you getting my point? Because most of the time you will be finding that I've installed both the software. Even I'm not able to get the BiblioShiny because most of the candidates are just complaining this. Sir, I've installed R as well as R Studio. Both are running well, but BiblioShiny is not mentioning over there. So what you have to do in that case, you have to go to this tools. Are you able to see this tool option over here? Yes, anyone can respond,
Yes,
please?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what you have to do, you have to go to tools, and here you will find one basic install package icon over there, right? So you have to click on install packages. So you will be clicking on install packages. It will be opening one window, and here in packages, basically this will be auto-filled. This repository CRAN will be auto-filled. There's no need to change it. What you have to do, you have to write the package name in this particular box. So what you will be writing? You will be writing bibliometrics. So as you are typing this BIBLI, it will be just suggesting you few options. So from here, what can you opt? You can just choose bibliometrics, right? So you will be choosing bibliometrics. Now, after that, you have to install. I'm not going to install it once again because it is already installed in my PC. But how can you get the BiblioShiny software in your system? Until unless you are not installing this bibliometrics package, you will not get the BiblioShiny. So be remembered, because most of the time you are not able to recall this thing. You are just installing R and R Studio and you are trying to find out the BiblioShiny, and every time it is showing error. So why it is not showing BiblioShiny? Because package is not installed. And this can be happened with all other softwares also, because R Studio is an interface from where you can do all sorts of analysis. But before analyzing the things, you have to install that particular package into the R Studio. Otherwise, you will not find that option. So I hope means as of now, there is no problem. You can just do the things till now, what I have discussed, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, right. So after installing it, you will be finding this package in the R Studio. Now, what you have to do? So because all the things are done with my PC, I'm having R, I'm having R Studio, I'm having the package also. So how can you just go to the BiblioShiny? So BiblioShiny is an extension that will a very different window, but that can be opened by giving some command. So you have to give one command to this R Studio, and then you will be able to land on the BiblioShiny software, right? And what is that? Because it's a library software, so you have to write one thing library. You can just note it down somewhere. Otherwise, after this session, after a few days, you will forget it, right? So what you have to write, because this is a command and command should be remembered by you. So you can write down all these things so that it will be very easy for you after the session. So you will be writing library. After the library, you have to start the small bracket, right? So whenever you will be starting the small bracket, the next closing bracket will automatically be appeared over there. So library, small bracket starts, and inside the bracket you have to write
Bibliometrics.
bibliometric, right? So as you will be writing biblio, that will be giving some suggestion. So here we are seeing that bibliometrics, because this package is already installed, that is why this suggestion is coming here. Otherwise you will be writing the bibliometrics and you will be entering it and there will be nothing. So means your package is not installed over there, right? So I'm going to click over here, and after that you have to just press the enter button, right? And you have to wait for a moment. It will be showing something after that. So after clicking this, you will be just waiting for a while, and so again, it's a basically internet based software, so it can take some time.
It's given a message, please digit bibliosigny.
Yes, it is automatically coming, but I think it's a online thing, so it can take some time. This thing, and right. So have you seen what happened over there? Because it means I think either it is the problem of internet services, or it might be the problem of system, that the system is slow. It might be, right. But again, what you have to do, are you getting my point? First of all, you have to install the package. Now we are on the page. We are on the BiblioShiny software. But how did we come here? This is very important to know, because most of the time the candidates are not able to reach over here, right? Because once you are here, problem is solved. Then the things will be done automatically. You have to just click on the icons, you will get all the results with you. But how will we be reaching over there? That's the main task, right? So if there is any problem, you can ask once again, because this is important. After installing the R, you have to install the package, that is bibliometrics. And after installing the package, you have to give two commands. The first command is library in bracket bibliometrics, and you have to press the enter button. You have to wait for a moment. It will be automatically showing that you have to write biblioshiny, right? Again, if suppose if it is not showing over there, you can write biblioshiny and bracket by yourself, and you will be landing on this page. Should I do it once again for you all, or is it clear?
It is working, sir.
Right? Okay. Now we are on the BiblioShiny software. So again, there was a Boss Weaver software, so it was a very separate software. You will be directly downloading it from the net, and you can use it directly. But BiblioShiny cannot be downloaded directly from the internet, right? BiblioShiny is the extension of R Studio or R software. So that is why it is very much important to have the R Studio with you and the package of BiblioShiny. Now, after reaching over there, what we have to do? Here we can start our analysis, right? So you all are knowing that which type of data we can analyze through the bibliometric analysis or through VOSWeaver or BiblioShiny. Is there anyone who can let me know? Is it possible to analyze any sort of data over here, or any specific data is required?
No
Because you are
specific
having
data
the
is required. So
okay, what is that specific data?
Citation data, sir.
Actually, that data should be from the scientific database, right? Because if you are making your own database and you are trying to download it from somewhere, and you want to just run this data on the bibliometric and BiblioShiny or on the VOSWeaver, it will not work. So there are some scientific databases like Scopus, Web of Science, PubMed, right? So you can just download your data from these scientific databases. Only the data will be run in the software. Otherwise, you will not be able to get any sort of results from there, right? So I'm having my own data. I'm going to showcase all sorts of analysis through my own data, but you people will not be able to do it by your own. Why? Until unless you are not having your own scientific data with you, right? So if you want to do the practice, then what you have to do, first of all, if you are having that, I think Manish sir has shared some data with you all uh, before the boss viewer. Is it? Yes. Be a little bit interactive so that it will be very easy to understand.
We do not have the data, sir.
Okay, if you not have the data, then definitely it is going to be very difficult to do the practice by yourself, right? So, okay, after this session, what can I do? I can just share the data with Tiwari sir, and if he's finding it comfortable to share with you all, then definitely he will be sharing the data, right? So that you can do a little bit practice,
You
right?
can share it. You
Because
can share it in the WhatsApp group, sir. Is it possible now?
I think I'm not there in the WhatsApp group. So
Okay,
if I am if I'm going to be added by someone, then definitely I can share it there. Otherwise, I'll be
Dr.
sharing this to
Shrish,
the
you share to me, I will immediately share to
right,
our
sir.
group.
Right, sir. Okay, no issue, sir. That's why that's the thing which what I was telling to them that until unless they are not going to have the data, they cannot do the practice, right? So I'm having my own data, and that data is extracted from the Scopus database, right? So you can just extract the data from Scopus, or you can just extract the data from Web of Science or PubMed. This it depends on you, miss, from where you are going to have your data. But data should be authentic and data should be extracted from the scientific databases. So most popular two databases are there for the management students. One is Scopus and one is Web of Science, and you can have the data from any of these two sources. So here, this basically window is visible to all of you because now you are going to have the work means hands-on work experience. So that it is very important to see where I'm going to click. You have to note it down in your notebook, and after the session, you can just do the practice by yourself, right? So this window is visible to all the people,
yes.
right?
Yes, it is,
So
sir.
after reaching this BiblioShiny software, we will be just clicking on the data. Left hand side, again, what I've already told you that this is the most recent version. Earlier, this data and BiblioShiny were mentioned on the right hand side in the previous version. But this time I'm seeing that this is on the left hand side. So only the interface is being changed, but rest of the commands are same. So you have to go to data first of all. Whenever you will be clicking on data, you will be finding two options: load data and gathering data, right? So from here, you have to load data. Why? Because you are having your own data with you. So you have to load the data on the software. So after clicking on the load data, you will be finding these three commands over there: import or load. So first of all, you have to click on it and you have to import always the raw files. So you have to click on the raw files, import raw files, right? If you want to note it down along with me, you can just make your own notes so that you will be finding it easy for you after the session.
And
Sir,
After
that
this,
sir, that
yes,
screen is not visible, sir. Whatever you are
uh,
saying.
this window is not visible. This bibliometrics window is not is
Yes,
visible.
yes, sir, visible. There may be problem with your connection, sir. Please check. Shrish, sir,
Okay.
it is visible.
Right. So the candidate who is complaining that the screen is not visible, I think there is some problem with the internet connectivity with that person only. So please try to check your internet connectivity. Right. So you have to just put this import raw files over here. After that, there will be some options in databases. So you can see here Web of Science. It is already mentioned. You will be clicking on this arrow. You will find a lot of databases can be read by this BiblioShiny software. So there is Web of Science, Scopus, Dimensions, Lens, PubMed. Means there are so many databases. So because I'm having my own data from Scopus, so I'm clicking on Scopus. If you are having the data from Web of Science, then you have to click on Web of Science, right? If you are just putting here Web of Science and if you are trying to import the data of Scopus, it will never work. So you have to be very specific from which database you are going to have your data. That should be selected over here. So my data is from Scopus. So I've selected Scopus. Now I have to browse. So you can browse it by clicking on the browse option. and it will be just giving the path. So my data is that is OF258 CSV. So I'm going to click here, and now the data is with this biblioshiny, right? Now I'm going to click on the start button. Upload complete. You can see here,
Sir,
upload complete. Yes,
sir, we are seeing sir, static screen is there. I mean, nothing is changing since long.
it's not being changing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just let me do this once again. I'm going to refresh the entire screen. Because these all are the internet based software. So most of the time, if the internet is not stable, then definitely the problem will be there, right? So I think the internet is not stable over there. That's why it is being happening.
No, sir, your R Studio is only visible. The BiblioShiny
Yes.
portal is not visible to us.
Sir, please
Okay.
share your desktop, sir. I think you have shared only one tab.
Now I've shared the desktop. Okay, just do one thing. I'm going to just share it once again with you all. I'm going to stop this sharing. I'm going to share this thing once again so that you will find it visible over there.
Sir, this steps of import data onwards, please go a little slower
Sir,
because
sir, please have the patience. I will again share the this recording after the session. I am always sharing the recording. Let it happen in the manner what is happening. If you have any question, you can ask. Please don't interrupt in this manner.
Because once you have out from the biblioshiny, you have to do the things once again. The entire things should be entered once again, right? So that is why it is very tedious. But whenever you are doing it for yourself, for writing the paper, you will find it very interesting. But as far as the FDP sessions are concerned, sometimes it is very tedious. If the internet is not stable or the connectivity problem is there, then again it's going to be very difficult for the resource person to reach over there once again. So I'm just now this R Studio is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
I'm trying to make it bit faster because I've already explained all these things. I think there is some net connectivity issue. That's why it is very slow. Otherwise, it doesn't take much time.
When I gave the command, it has opened a new window with
Right.
yes,
With
biblioshiny.
bibliometrics.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It's like a web page. It has come, sir.
Great. That means you are on the right track, right? Now, biblioshiny, the shiny app for bibliometrics, it is visible.
On
my
your screen, not so.
Still not.
No, sir.
Only R Studio
No,
screen
sir.
is seen.
No.
It is stuck on the R Studio only, sir. It's game screen.
Okay. Back actually in my PC it is visible that I've just tried to enter the biblioshiny once again, and now I'm with biblioshiny. But why it is not visible to all of you? I'm not. Just let me do this thing once again for you all.
Sir, come out, sign out completely, and then join, sir.
Wait a moment, please. Just trying to make it visible for you all. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir,
it
it
is
is
visible.
visible.
Okay, right. So just do one thing with what I've already told, that you have to just give some command to the R Studio, and after entering those command, you will be reaching on this particular window, right? So I'm going to start once again from here. Once you are on this page, that is BiblioShiny, how will you reach over there? I've already discussed. If you are having any problem, you can contact me at any time. You can get the number from Tiwari sir. I'll be happy to help you out, right? But here I'm going to be a little bit faster so that you means the entire session should be completed or wind up in the time. So after reaching there, what you have to do, you have to just import the data. So are you able to see this data
Yes.
tab over here? Right. So
Yes,
you
sir.
have
Yes,
to
sir.
you have to click on the data. You will be finding two options: load data and gathering data. So you have to click on the load data. Once you have clicked on your load data, you will be just having few options on the right hand side: import or load, conversion results, export. So first of all, you have to click on this import or load arrow. So here you will be having three options: import raw files, load bibliometrics, use sample collection. So you have to click always on import raw files, the files which you have extracted from either Scopus or from either Web of Science. So after clicking on the import raw files, it will be showing that which database you are going to use. So Web of Science, it is automatically filled over here. If you want to change it, you can just click on this arrow and you will be finding a lot of databases, right? Only these databases can be read by the BiblioShiny. So my data, the entire data is extracted from Scopus. So I'm going to select Scopus database. So after doing this much, you have to browse the data. So just click on the browse button. That will be leading one path. And here you can see that data is available. So I'm going to click on this data, OF258 CSV. After clicking this data, the data will be uploading on the BiblioShiny and it is upload complete, right? You are with me as of now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So after doing this much, you have to just click on start. It can take few moments because the entire data will be read by the software in the background. And after analyzing the entire data, because whenever you are collecting or extracting the data from Scopus or Web of Science, the number of articles are very huge, means more than 200, 300, 500 data, right? So as much as the data is high, your time will be means slightly greater to be analyzed by the software. So it will take some time. So don't be panic. Just be patient, sit quietly. And after that, it will be showing some results over here. Still, it is in processing. So I can't do anything. So only I can just discuss in between. Rest, all the things will be done by the software itself because it is showing
So
that
the
it is in process. Yes.
extension dot DTA is which source?
Which
Dot
one?
DT like
DTA? Okay.
DTA.
DTA.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not very much sure which type of source is it, but
So
exactly whenever you are just trying to convert your data from the Scopus or from Web of Science, you have to be very careful. Either you can extract your data in CSV format, or you can extract your data in Excel format, or you can extract your data in bib text format, right? Only these three formats are permissible for all these softwares. So either you can extract the data in BibText format or in CSV format or in Excel format. So whenever you are reaching to the databases like Scopus or Web of Science, so during the extraction, you have to be very careful. If you are using any other extension, then definitely that data will not be utilized by these softwares.
there was
Is it
one.
okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There was one data set I think was shared in this workshop series only by one of the instructor. It is
Okay.
Bihar State NFHS data. Also, I'm not sure
Okay.
if we can use that
No, no,
data also.
that cannot be used. Why? Because that is not the data from the Scopus or the Web of Science. I think that may be used for some different purpose. Some means for SPSS data analysis or any other software. But as far as BiblioShiny or WasWeaver is concerned, they are very specific for the databases, right?
Thank you.
Completeness bibliometric. Okay, fine. Now it has been completed. So basically, we are just doing the multitasking. That is why it is taking much time. But if your internet connectivity is very good, then it will not take this much time. Definitely, it will take few moments, but not this much, right? So now you can find all the data has been entered inside the BiblioShiny. Is it okay? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So after starting, you have to wait. Once the data is uploaded completely on the BiblioShiny, you will find this type of interface, this type of basically data entered inside the BiblioShiny. So this middle part of the BiblioShiny will be filled like this. So you can see that there are something written inside, right? What is written? No need to go on that. Why? Because you have to do the analysis from the icons which are mentioned on the left hand side. Now, after entering the data, what you have to do? Now you can just analyze anything. Anything means related to the data. So first of all, we will start from here, filter option, right? So in filters option, what can you do? I think the connectivity is a bit slower. Otherwise, you will find a lot of options on the right hand side. So I'm going to apply the filter. Right. So is it visible? Is it visible, the filter option? Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can see here that my data is from 2000 to 2022. So, but if you have collected the data, suppose from last 50 years from the database, suppose you have collected the data related to any topic, any keywords from last 50 years, but you want to analyze the data of only last 10 years, then you can just use the filter. You can just drag it from here from 2018 to 2022. Only this much data will be there for the analyzing, right? So this filter option can be used if you want to specify your analysis in some specific span of time, right? I think this is clear to all, because this filter option is very easy to operate. You have to just drag this thing. If you want to have the analysis of the data from 2012 to 2022, you have to put this bar on 2012. Now only 10 years data will be there, but I am going to analyze the data for the entire time period from 2000 to 2022, right? So this is filter option. It is not very much usable most of the researchers, because whenever you are extracting the data, then definitely there is some objective that how much time you are going to take for your data, means the time span of the data. So if you are collecting the data for last 10 years, then definitely you will be analyzing the entire data. So there is no need to just filter of the time. Now we are coming on the very first analysis tool, uh, that is overview. So whenever you are clicking on the overview, you can find some options over here like main information. So most of the research papers are just indicating this thing, main information. So, and this is the beauty of this software. I think the net connectivity is there, missing values where true false means there is something wrong with this. Otherwise, this will be giving you the complete data. I think there's something wrong, right? But again, what is going on over there? So this is the beauty of this software, BiblioShiny, that whenever you are entering the data in the BiblioShiny, you can have two things, table as well as plots. And here, as far as your was viewer was concerned, most of the time you are not having the very clear understanding through those pictures which are using some circles or some squares. But here you can understand all the things very clearly. Why it is not working? I'm just, let me check once again. From must be finite numbers. Okay. I think there is something wrong with the data, BiblioShiny data. So I'm going to once again load data, import raw files, scopus. Placement has one raw data has. Okay, just let me check with the next another data, because But whenever you are doing these things with your own data, or you are having the good stable internet connectivity, there will not be any problem, because I've already, this data is authentic. Why? Because I have already got published one paper on the basis of this data with the Scopus there is a journal, right? So that is why I'm very much sure that the data is correct. There is no problem with the data, but I think there is some problem with the internet. That is why it is not being read by the software. So at last, I can show you that particular paper also of bibliometrics, which I got published in last year, December 2022. So you can have just an idea that means which type of reporting are required for the research papers. Again, it is taking some time. So this is the issue from the internet side. Now, listen, because the interface is in front of us, so we can have a look on all sorts of tabs. Here, filter. After the filter, there is one option, overview. That is the very important option. In overview, you can find few tabs like main information. So whenever you are clicking on main information, then what will happen? You will be having one table in front of you where you can see that all types of, I just give me a moment, I can show you the things, because it is not working. So I'm going to show you from my paper. Is my screen visible, or that you are on that window only? Yes, participants, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Static, sir, static. Screen is static.
screen is static. Okay, I think the problem is of internet. That is why the screen is static. But let me do this thing once again. Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Or what is on the screen?
Sir, sustainable living your paper, sir.
Right. So what I'm trying to show you that this was the same paper and the same data which I'm trying to upload on the BiblioShiny. That the same data is used in this research paper, and this research paper has got published in one of the most renowned Scopus index paper journal. Basically, I want to show you the main information, right? So basically, this is what I was trying to show you, that the main information. Uh, are you able to see it? On BiblioShiny, I was clicking on main information to collect the data, but it was not working. It was taking a lot of time. Basically, once you have entered, you have clicked the main information, you will find this type of information over there, right? So what I'm trying to showcase you that after clicking on the main information, you will be having this entire things automatically in front of you. So there is no need to write anything from your side. This table will be given by the BiblioShiny automatically. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So what are the main information? So most of the thing means most of the candidates are thinking that I have made this entire table after doing a lot of hard work. But believe me, this was not done by me. This was done by the software only. Right. So time span, you can see that the time span is from 2000 to 2022. I have taken the data from last 22 years. Right. Documents, 258 documents are there. Average year from publication, 3.46. All sorts of informations, keywords plus ID, authors keywords, authors 745 authors are there, appearances, means all these analysis are done by the software, that is BiblioShiny, right? So you can find that software very good in terms of analyzing the things, because all the things are very systematic. If you want to have this analysis from the from the boss viewer, it is very difficult to have this information from there. So that is why this BiblioShiny is more useful in writing your research paper in this manner, where you are going to means report all the things, right?
Sir,
Now,
what was your keywords for searching?
okay, as far as the research is concerned, as means keywords, I just want to show one thing. This is basically this is visible to all of you. This Prisma diagram,
Yes, sir.
right? I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to make it. I'm going to make it bit larger. Now it is visible, right? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Fine.
sir. Yes, sir.
So, do one thing where if you are writing a paper for bibliometric analysis, then definitely you will be extracting the data. So before going for the extraction, you have to make few things very clear in your mind, that whenever you are trying to search some papers, you will be using some keywords definitely, right? So note it down properly. All the things should be in black and white with you, what you are going to do with the databases. Because as someone is asking, sir, what was your keywords, right? So this was the same question from the reviewers. Because firstly, when I just sent this paper for the journal to the journal, then the review means which I got from the reviewer, that what was the keywords, what were the extraction and inclusion and exclusion criteria, right? So after that, I have just inserted this Prisma diagram over here. And here you can see that what was the inclusion criteria and what was the exclusion criteria. And keywords were separately told by me to the reviewer. And after that, he was satisfied that yes, these keywords were there, because they can also check it by putting these keywords on the database, right? So as far as the keywords are concerned, you can just use any of keywords. Suppose this was the keyword was the responsible consumption, of organic food, right? So this was the main keyword. And after that, there was so many other filters. And you can see here that first of all, when I put my main keywords, there were more than 4,729 basically research papers. And after that, after inclusion and exclusion criteria, finally I've narrowed down this thing to 258 papers, right? So how did you do this? This was the main question from the reviewers. If you are mentioning it in your paper in the very beginning, then definitely they will be just asking something else. Otherwise, they are more interested to know that how can you narrow down your research? Because earlier there was so many research papers when you have entered your keywords, but you are using only 258 papers or 300 papers or 500 papers. So how did you come to know that these 500 papers are only important for your research? So you have to give the clear cut inclusion and exclusion criteria. So the question was that what was the keyword? The responsible consumption was the keyword of mine. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, but my suggestion is that if you are noting down all the things during the extraction, because most of the time, what the researchers are doing, they are just going on the databases. Suppose Scopus or Web of Science, they are putting randomly all the keywords and all the titles over there, and finally they are trying to narrow down their researches, and finally they are getting suppose 456 research articles, right? And they have extracted all the things from there. Now they are having the data. They are putting all the data on the BiblioShiny or Boss Viewer. They are getting all the results. All the things are done. They have just written their paper, and the papers have been sent to the journals. Then the reviewers means the reviewer are asking that how did you come to select these 458 basically research articles? At that moment, you will not be able to recall all the things what you have applied during the extraction, right? So it is very important whenever you are going to extract the data from the databases, what you are what you are doing over there, what you are applying over there, just please note it down each and everything in black and white with you, so that once you are getting the feedback or the comment from the reviewers, you will be able to respond, yes sir, these were the keywords which I've used, these were the title, what were the filters, the time span, means all the things are with you. You can give your own response. Your process, your publication process will be very smooth. Otherwise, you will be just recalling the things, and it is very difficult to recall the things after 6 months, after 8 months, or after 1 year, because whenever you are sending the paper to Scopus or Web of Science, it takes a lot of time. So after, suppose after 6 months, if you are getting the reverse comment, then it is very difficult to recall all the things what you have done in 6 months earlier on the databases, right? But if you are having all the things in written, then you can just open your notebook and you can find all the things and you can respond accordingly, and your process will be very smooth. This is my suggestion. I hope I'm clear so far, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'm trying to show that biblioshiny window once again, not knowing when why it is not reading all the data, but data is perfect. There's no problem with the data. The problem is either with this internet connectivity or okay, fine. Now this screen is visible. I think, I hope now it will be working. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, visible.
Right. So what I have done, I have just entered the data once again. So when you will be entering the data, you will be importing the raw files. You will be just using the Scopus database. You have browsed the data. And when you click on start button, after few moments, you will be finding this type of interface, this type of window over there. So here it is showing that the data which you have used in that particular data, abstracts are excellent. There is no missing abstract, means all the articles, all the 258 articles are having 100% abstract with them. Affiliation is clearly mentioned over there. Authors are clearly mentioned over there. Cited references are clearly mentioned over there. Journals names are mentioned over there. Titles are mentioned, and total citation is also mentioned. So these all things are clearly mentioned, and these are the excellent things, means your data is good. You can just analyze the things with that data, right? If there is some problem, then it will be showing like this. Suppose completely missing. If it is red, it means your abstract is not complete, your affiliation is not complete, your authors are not complete. Then you cannot use this data. Why? Because some metrics will be missing at the time of analysis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just analyze the things once again. So overview, in overview, you can click on the main information. Now I'm going to click it once again. So after clicking it, you will be finding something, main information. So main information, I've already shown you that the main information will be in a form of table, where you will be having all the important data will be there, that what is the time span of your data means articles. Now, can you see this graph? So what I have done in overview, I have clicked on annual scientific production, right? So you can report this graph also. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Right. So here you can see that the data is having time span from 2000 to 2022. So the annual production is, you can easily analyze through the data that the highest annual production in which year, it is 2021. It is in 2021 the highest annual production. If you are just keeping your mouse on your cursor on this arrow, on this line, you will find that in 2021 there are total number of documents 75. So this is graphical representation. If you are not comfortable with this graph, then what can you do? You can go to table. So whenever you are clicking on table, the entire thing will be written in terms of rows and columns. So there will be no graph, only rows and columns will be there. You can find that uh, in which year the maximum production was there. Now you can see the graph which I have already shown you. The graph is converted into the table. In 2000, there was only one article related to that responsible consumption. Similarly, you can just go ahead In 2010, 2011, 12, in 2019, there was 32 articles. And in 2020, there was 46 articles. 2021, there were 75 articles. And in 2022, there were 9 articles. So this data was extracted in the month of March 2022, right? So at that moment, there were only 9 articles. But if you are now going to use those keywords once again, the data will be different. So this data was of March 2022. At that moment, in 2022, there were nine articles which were having the same keywords, right? So by this, you can just quote that which year is the most important year, means you can see that whether the trend is increasing or decreasing. So you can see that the responsible consumption trend is increasing. You can find that here only 9 article, but there was only 3 months, right? So in entire 2022, it might happen that the articles are more than 75. It might, right? I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Right. Similarly, you can just report this very important metrics in your research paper. After that, you can report this average citation per year. You can find it average citation per year. Again, you can use the plot as well as you can use the table in which you are comfortable or in which you are finding the most representing way. You can use that thing, right? You can use table as well as plot. So this is the plot. So maximum citation was there in 2009, right? And the minimum citation was in 2022. So this is the maximum or average citation per year. After that, there is one very important matrix of biblioshiny. You will not find this thing in in VosViewer or in any other software. That is threefold plot. So what is threefold plot? Whenever you are clicking on threefold plot, it will be showing like this, and you have to click on this play icon, right? So whenever you are going to click on this play, means you are going to run the analysis. The analysis will be showing you 3 different criteria, means 3 field plot is showing the 3 different criterias and the association of 3 different criterias, right? Uh, Firstly, this graph should be appeared, then I can explain in a more comprehensive way. Again, it will take some time. So what is 3 field plot? Suppose you want to make uh, the analysis on 3 parameters, authors, country, or references. So you can use these 3 parameters in a single way, and you can just have the graph or the threefold. No, it is visible. You can see over here that there are 3 field plot, means 3 basic fields are there. So what are these 3 basic fields? You can just click on this icon, options icon. Are you able to see this option icon?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are clicking on this option icon, you will find that what are the parameters. So in middle, there is author. So this parameter is author, and left field is the references and the right field is keywords. So here what is happening? It is keywords, it is author, and it is references. If we are going to click on this, or we are going to put our cursor on this right hand side green color option, then you can see that the green purchase intention means the keywords is what? Green purchase intention. This is the keyword. Now author is what? So it is showing the linkage. You can see the highlighted path. If I am removing this cursor from here, now all the things are very light shaded. But once I am going to put my cursor on this green color, what is happening? It is just highlighting some path. So what is showing that? This green purchase intention, that is a keyword which is being used by the Wang. Wang is the author. So he is using this keyword, and he is associated with the references as in the theory of planned behavior in 1991. He has given the reference of this. You can change these 3 fields as per your choice. Suppose if you want to make this graph in 3 parameters, what are those 3 parameters? Suppose you were saying that the first parameter should be country. So you can use in middle country. Then you want to put the titles in the left hand side. So you can use the title. And on right hand side, if you want to use the keywords, so this is the keywords, and after doing so, you have to run it once again, and you will find the next three field plot. So three field plot is what? It is just showing the relationship between the three different areas, and you can just put all the three different areas in one single graph. So that is three field plot, and most of the time this is going to be very attractive whenever you are reporting this thing in your research paper, right? So this is three field plot. After that, so this is first parameter, that is overview. Under the overview, you are having these four options: main information, annual scientific production, average citation per year, and three field plot. You can just have all the information from the this software, and you can report it in your own language. After that, the second important parameter is sources. So in sources, you will be having again some metrics. The first is most relevant source. So if you are clicking on the most relevant source, you will find that which journal is the most important journal of your particular area. So let me show you this thing once again. What is the most relevant sources? So you can have this thing in terms of plot, as well as you can use the table also, right? And how can you use these plots or these tables? There are some options. Here you can see the option of downloading or exporting. So if the plot is mentioned over there, you can export that plot in PNG. So you can just click on this export icon, and your data will be exported to the desktop, or you can save it anywhere where you want, right? And finally, you can use this in your research paper. So it is very easy to download the graph or to export the CSV or the Excel file. No, it is the most relevant source. So what I've done, I've just clicked on the most relevant source. So out of 258 articles which I have found from the Scopus, the most relevant journal was British Food Journal. You can see that it is showing the plot that the British Food Journal has 75 publication in last 22 years, right? The next important relevant source is Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services. It is having 29 publication. The next journal is Journal of Cleaner Production. It is having 21 publication. So similarly, you can see that it is showing the graph in the descending order. You can have the table also. So you can just click on the table and you can find the same information in terms of rows and columns. So I'm going to click on the table, and very soon we'll be having the table with us. So if you want to make your own graph, then what can you do? Now you can. Are you able to see this table, the same table, which were mentioned in terms of plot? Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So the British Food Journal, in graph, it was clear that the British Food Journal was the most relevant source. In table, it is also clear that British Food Journal is having 75 articles, right? The next is Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services, 29 articles. So what can you do? You can just use this table. How can you export? Here you can see some options: copy, CSV, Excel, PDF, print. So if you want to send this in Excel, you can click on Excel, and it will be just exporting your data in Excel. So you can easily observe that this data has been downloaded here. So most relevant sources has been downloaded here, right? So this is the way how can you download the table, and you can make your own graph. No need to copy this graph. This is the graph which is mentioned by the BiblioShiny. But if you want to make your own graph, then you can just export the table in Excel, and you can make your own graph. As I've done in my research paper, which has got published in a previous year, I used the table, and with the help of table, I have made my own graphs with the help of Excel, and those graphs were mentioned in my research paper, right? So you can do the same thing, or you can use the same graph which is mentioned by the biblioshine. It is completely up to you. Similarly, most relevant sources, most local cited sources, Bradford's law. Bradford's law is what? This is a very new feature of this biblioshiny. Most local cited sources, what is it? Basically, local cited sources means there are two types of citation: local cited and global cited. The local cited source refers that we are having only 258 extracted articles. So out of those 258 extracted articles, which article is the most cited? So this is showing the most local cited sources. And if somewhere it is mentioning that the most global cited, it means in the same field, the most cited paper in all over the world. So here, because the entire analysis is based on 258 articles, so that is why we will take only the most local cited sources, because we can give the evidence that we are having 258 articles, and out of those 258 articles, these are the most cited sources. So I hope the concept of most local cited, the term is clear to all of you. The most why it is mentioned local cited means the data which are available in the CSV, among those data which is the most cited sources. It might happen that globally it is not the most cited, but in the data inside the system, among those data, that British Food Journal is the most cited source. The 708 citations are there, right? So this is the most local cited sources. So what you are seeing that bibliometric analysis is just doing all types of analysis related to the documents, related to the authors, related to the sources, and you can just report all the results in your research paper, and that will be very helpful for any other researcher who is coming into your particular area, and if he's finding your paper, so he'll be knowing that which is the most important uh, journal, or which is the most important article, or who is the most important uh, author. So these are very important metrics which a researcher want to know before starting his or her research, right? So that is why bibliometric analysis is very useful uh, to get it published in the research journals. So I'm talking about now Bradford's law. So Bradford's law is just talking about that means how the articles are getting published once this now now after having this, now it is easy to understand. You can see that British Food Journal is on rank number one, right? So rank number one, rank number two, there are two journals which are having the frequency of 7529, means only two journals are there which are having more than 100 articles in itself, while rest all other journals are not having this much article. So if someone is from the operations background, so he must have studied ABC analysis. What is ABC analysis? We are going to classify the uh, inventories in A category or B category or C category, right? So A category means uh, top 15% inventories which are giving in the sales of 80% or 70%. Similarly, you can see here that only two journals are there which are including more than 100 papers in itself. So we are just classifying these two journals in zone 1. So it is again showing some sort of most significant group of journals. So Bradford's law is just showing that which few most important journals are there in your research area which are having the maximum number of publication in itself. I hope it makes sense. It is clear. Is it clear? Because it is automatically generated by the biblioshiny. But how will you report it in your research paper? That is the big challenging job. So until unless you are not able to understand the concept, you cannot write it in your own words, right? So I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the Bradford's law, and rest all other metrics are very easy. Source, local impact, local. Why we are using local? Local is just indicating that this is based on these 258 articles only. If we are just seeing the same concept globally, it might have the different results. But local is what out of these 258 articles, these all are the results which we are showing it, right? So the local means this. So source impact, local impact means out of the 258, which is the most impactful sources. Source production over time, which is the most production useful production. So I want to show few more metrics over there. source local impact, source local impact. It is again in process, and very soon it will be visible for you all. Similarly, meanwhile, you can just look at the other metrics after this sources. Means here under the sources, whatsoever we are going to do, these all metrics are related to the sources. Sources means which journal is the most important. Again, you can find that British Food Journal is the most impactful source, right? So out of those 258 journals, 258 articles, this British Food Journal is having the most impactful sources, right? The next one is Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services. Next is Journal of Cleaner Production. So these all are related to the journals. Next, we are coming on the next matrix that is related to the author. So again, BiblioShiny will be giving the result that which is the most relevant author. As you have seen in sources, that which is the most important source or most relevant source, you found that British Food Journal is the most relevant source or the most impactful source. Similarly, you can find that which author is the most significant author. You can click on the most relevant author and you can find the result that the most relevant author or the most um, significant or impactful author who is. So you will have the result with you and you can report it as it in your research paper, or you can just make it in your own words. So Ali A, he is the most impactful or the most relevant authors. Why? Because he is having 6 publications in the same area, right? So whenever you are keeping your cursor on this 6, you can find that author name is Ali A and the number of documents are 6. So he has published 6 articles with the same area of research. The next is L. Wang. L. Wang is the next prominent author and he is having 5 documents in the same area, while Justin Paul is on 3rd place and he is having 4 publication. This data is till 2022. If we are going to collect the data once again for the same keywords, the results may vary, right? So this is the most relevant authors. Similarly, most local cited authors. Again, local means the same meaning which I've already discussed in the sources. The local means out of these 258 articles, who is having the maximum citation. So you can find that which author is having the maximum citation. So I'm going to show you that who is having the maximum citation. And again, you can use the plot as well as table. So it is completely up to you what you want to have in your research paper. If you want to use plot, you can download it from here. If you want to have this table, you can just export the table in Excel or in CSV. Sorry. Right. So these are the most cited authors. So most cited authors are E. Edgebite, W. Kendall, and all are having 27 citations. Local citations are 27, 27, 27. So these all are having 27 citations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 authors who are having 27 citations, and which is the maximum citation. After that, there is 19 citation and there are few authors who are having 19 citation. So you can just report all these things in your research paper of bibliometrics, right? After that, there's affiliation. Affiliation is what? There are so many other metrics. You can just do the practice on it by yourself. All the things are clear. Suppose you want to see the table, you can have the same thing in terms of table and it is more understandable, right? Now you can see that local citation 27, 20, there are 6 authors who are having 27 citation. Then there are 3 author who are having 19 citation. Instead of 3, there are 4. Then there are 2 authors who are having 15 citation. Then there are few authors who are having 9 citations. So you can just find all the authors who are having a different citations. So this is the beauty of this BiblioShiny, that you can have all the information in a very clear-cut manner so that you can report it very easily in the research paper. While in Boss Viewer, it was not there. It was very difficult to understand that complicated pictures or the graph where the coupling or the association were very huge, right? After that, there is affiliation. Affiliation means from where our journals are being published. So affiliation is just showing the publication houses. or the universities from where the public these journals are being published. So those are the affiliation basically, and you can find the most relevant affiliation, that which publication house is publishing the maximum number of articles in the same area, right? So that is related to affiliations. Then the next matrix is related to the countries. Countries means which countries producing the maximum number of articles in the same area, countries scientific production, countries production over the time. No, this is the Taylor's University. So Taylor's University is publishing in terms of responsible consumption or green consumption, and it is on the topmost place, and it has published around 11 basically articles related to this topic, right? So you can just see that there are 11 articles which has been published by Taylor's University so far. Similarly, the next one is University of Naples. It has also published the same amount, that is 11 articles. After that, on third position, the affiliation house is University of Copenhagen, and it is having around 10 articles so far, right? So you can find the most relevant affiliation. So which affiliation is the most relevant? These two, Taylor's University as far as the along with this University of Naples, right? So you can just report like this. After this, that country, in country, you can find that corresponding authors country means countries, scientific production countries. You can have a look any one of the metrics, so you can have the clear cut idea. But after this, there is a need to do the practice by yourself, because all the things will be done by the software. You have to just click on the right option and you will be finding the results automatically. But the thing is that how you are going to report all those things in your research paper, right? So that is why it is important to understand each and every matrix properly. That is why I have explained H index, G index, and I10 index along with that Bradford's law and all. Again, it is taking some time, but it will be happened. So, and this was the same thing which I was discussing, that if it is taking so much time, it means there is something wrong with the net connectivity and all, right? So you can see here that corresponding authors countries. So authors countries means Italy. Italy is on the topmost, right? So what is this red and green or the blue color is mentioning? This pink color is mentioning that it is MCP. MCP means multiple author, and SCP means single author, right? So Italy is having the maximum number of documents in terms of single author, right? After that, there is India. India is on the second position, where the corresponding authors countries, and there are total 14 publications. So these multiple and single author is mentioning that it is written by the single author, or it is written by the in the collaboration. But as far as the countries are concerned, so the most relevant country is Italy, because it is having total number of documents 18, and India is on the second position. It is having total number of documents 14. So you can report this thing from here, that India is on the second top position, and it is having around 14 articles so far in that particular area. So you can report like this, and the third position is held by the China. So this is basically from the country. Now you can come to the documents. I'm a bit faster because we are running short with the time, and in between there was some technical glitches. That is why we are running short around 10 to 15 minutes. But again, I hope all the things are clear so far and you are along with me. After that, if you are having any doubt, you can just contact me at any time. You can have the number of mine from Tiwari sir, or from any authority, and you can just contact me. So this is basically the documents. So documents means most global cited documents and most local cited documents. So again, we will be focusing on the local cited only. Why? Because we are focusing on 258 articles. So I'm going to click on this most local cited documents, and you can find that which document is the most local cited documents. So documents means which article, right? So again, you will be having the clear cut matrix of each and everything. Matrix related to the author, matrix related to the country, matrix related to the documents, matrix related to the sources. So you can have all types of different metrics over there. You can just try to collect all the data from the biblioshiny and just put it all together and you can write your own paper in your own way. Again, it is taking some time, but after being analyzed, it will be reflecting over here. Now you can see that the retail consumer services, there is a one article by this name by Justin Paul in 2016, and that is the most local cited, and it is having the 27 citation. So you can get each and everything from here. If you want to talk about the documents, so you can say that this document is the most relevant document. Why? Because it is having the maximum number of citation, right? On the second position, there is Jyoti Rana and retail consumer service again, along with this Justin Paul, it is having 19 citation. Then Singh, he is having 15 citation. So most local cited documents are there. So the names are mentioned over here. Similarly, you can come to the word. I want to show you the word cloud. Someone was asking in between that what was the keywords used by you. So you can see that what are the trending keywords we means out of these 258 articles. So can you see this word cloud? Are you able to see it? Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is it showing basically? It is showing that means in out of these 258 articles, the most commonly used keyword was consumer attitude, human article means these sizes are showing the frequency of the words which have been used. So you can just, if you are just putting your cursor over here, you can see that human, there are 67 times of frequency of human, means there are out of 258 articles, uh, 67 times this human keyword have been used, right? Similarly, consumer attitude is also around 55 times. So the size, the word which is means having the bigger size, means that is having the bigger frequency of it's happening inside the articles. So this is the word cloud. You can just put this thing also over there. You can just download it from here, and you can put it as it is in your research paper, or you can just take the screenshot, or you can use the snip tool, and you can just cut it from here and you can put it in your research paper. Similarly, this is the word cloud. You can see the same thing in terms of tree map. You can use this tree map also in your research paper. That is completely up to you in which manner you want to represent all the informations. If you are finding this word cloud more interesting, you can report this thing over there. If you are finding this tree map more interesting, you can put your this tree map over there. Again, the same information, human 67, article consumer behavior, consumer attitude 55 times. So the same thing which we have seen in word cloud, the same thing is now representing in terms of this word tree map, right? So this is all the metrics. After that, you can explore some more metrics like trend topics. You can just find that which topic is the most trending topic. So you can also report this thing, and I think this is going to be very useful for the new researchers, because you are going to tell them that which is the most trending topic these days, right? So your bibliometric analysis can show this thing also, that which is the most trending topic, and you can just pursue that topic for your research. So you can see that supply chains, it is the most trending topic, right? Terms of frequency 5. Then it is in 2022 article also one of the most trending topic, human experiment, the trending structural equation modeling, SEM is also trending. So you can find that the most trending topic. Basically, on the x-axis there is years, and on the y-axis there is term. So the term which are being used recently, that are the in trend, right? Suppose we are seeing that this one, this is Sweden. Sweden was used from 2010 to 2014. Now it is obsolete, right? Now we are not using this type of terminology. So we can just ignore this thing. So you can find the things from here, and you can just make the table of this also. You can just click on the table and you will be finding all the informations in terms of rows and columns. So these are the tables. You can find that frequency, food industry 10 times, safety 10 times, but these were in the year of 2011. So the most recent year are 2022, and in 2022, what is happening, which terminology is being used? So that is 2022, that is supply chain. 2016, 21, 22. Supply chain is the most recent trend. So you can find this type of thing also. It might be happen that this is not relevant with your topic. So you can find the same thing with your topics also, right? Rest, there are few other metrics also. You can just explore these things by yourself. There's nothing very complicated, but the most important metrics, which I've already told you, that overview, sources, authors, documents, and as far as clustering are concerned, so in clustering, you can find the clustering by coupling. Here, I want to make one thing clear, that what is coupling? Basically, coupling is, uh, suppose there are two authors, A and B, and both the authors are just citing, giving the citation or giving the reference of a single source. So it will be called as the coupling. Means if there are more than one author are giving the reference of single document, that is the coupling. So again, the coupling is one of the most important metrics which you can mention in your research paper, and most of the time you can have the question from the reviewer side in terms of coupling. So if you are doing this analysis in a very appropriate manner, then you can respond positively to the reviewers, and you can get your paper published smoothly. So coupling is basically the association. Means if there are more than two authors or three authors or four authors, and all are mentioning the same article in their own research paper, it means that research paper is coupled by all these authors. So that is the clustering by the coupling. So you can have the network or you can have the map. You can see the same network in WASP viewer also, right? So coupling network, you can take the coupling network from the WASP viewer. I hope this is clear. I just want to show my paper in a very quicker manner, so that you can have some insight that how can you report the things. Should I wind up this thing here, because it's already 9 and around to 9, and we are running short with time. So in last 5 minutes, I want to showcase my entire paper as far as the methodology is concerned, so that you can write something. Shall I wind up, please, any one of you?
Yes, sir. Sir, one basic question. Actually, the keyword
Yes.
that we use, sir,
Yes.
keyword that we use for extracting the data from Scopus database.
Right.
So this keyword is search only with the title or title plus extract, or the whole article?
No, first of all, whenever you are putting your keywords or the title, first of all, whenever you are accessing this Scopus database, you will be putting the title over there, right? After putting the title, and they again, there are so many other things which will be asking by the Scopus database. Then you can, there is one option, keywords option is also there. So you can just select the keywords. Means there is a checkbox mentioned in the Scopus database. You can just tick on the checkbox on the keywords which you want to be present in your research. Are you getting my point? So you can just apply the filter of keywords. Basically, in data and in Scopus database, there is a filter of keywords also. So you can use that filter also from there, and you can select 8, 10, 15 keywords, and you can apply those filters, and you can just find only those basically article which are covering
title,
those.
title with those keywords. Only
Yes,
the
title along with those keywords. And there's one more thing. Whenever you are going for the first time extraction, then what will happen if you are putting your title inside the box and you are just entering it, then you can have a lot of papers or the articles over there. So how can you narrow it down? How can you filter it down? You can just do one thing. Just put your article in inverted commas. So if you are doing something with inverted commas, then it means you are going to give the command very specifically. Suppose you are going to write down that responsible consumption of consumer, right? So if you are putting it down in the inverted commas, then what will happen? Only those articles will be mentioned where these three words are coming all together. Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if you are quoting this line without inverted comma, then what will happen? If some article is having consumer, it will be showing over there. If some article is having responsible word, it will be showing over there. So the number of article will be very high. So you can use the inverted commas whenever you are trying to narrow down your research. Besides this, you can use some Boolean operators like and or. If you are suppose you are keeping the words consumer and attitude. So if you are using and word, it means the articles will be mentioned over there, or the articles will be reflected in the Scopus database, which are having both the terms all together. And if you are using or, it means either responsible or consumer, any term is mentioning in the article, that article will be reflected. So these things are very important whenever you are trying to extract. So you should know all these things also, because today we are running short with the time. We are not having much time, so that is why I'm not able to tell all these things. But again, you have to be very careful whenever you are going to extract the data from the database, because once you have extracted the database in a very appropriate manner, rest all other things will be very easy for you all.
Okay,
right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. Any other question from anyone?
Sir, usually the review of literature, it expects us to write about the present trend and the future trend about a topic. But full and fully, it is like a quantitative data of particular data publication
Excuse me,
status.
you were not audible in between. Can you repeat your question once again? Because I'm not able to listen. Yes.
Sir, actually, I mean, a review of literature that a publication requires the particular articles, present trend, and the future trend and all. But here, this bibliometric analysis full and fully tells about the particular, I mean, that keywords publication status over a particular period. And that way, quantitative only data only we are getting. So here, both the how this type of data, how it can help us to get more publication.
Got it. I've got your question. Actually, first of all, you have to be very clear in what's the difference between the SLR as well as this bibliometric analysis, right? So systematic literature review is can be done only when you are having a very less amount of data with you. Means if you are having 10, 14, 15, 20 or 50 articles with you, then you can go through each and every article individually, and you can just try to find out some thing from those research papers, and you can just report all the things accordingly, right? But suppose if you are having more than 500 articles with you, is it feasible or is it possible to go through each and every article? Is it possible? Not possible at all, right? So in that particular case, which technique or methodology will be more useful? Systematic literature review or this bibliometric?
Bibliometric, of course.
Right, exactly. So basically, there is a difference between the SLR approach and bibliometric approach. So what is your question? That means here we are doing the only quantitative things, because here the data size is very huge. Means articles are very large in numbers, right? So it is not possible for us to go through each and every article individually. So we cannot report the things. So it's a bibliometric analysis can be done in more broader sense. So what can we do in out of those 500 articles or 600 articles? We can just use some scientometric, basically metrics over there. That is why this bibliometric analysis also called as scientometric, right?
Okay, sir.
And you can just have one research paper. I'll be sharing that link. If you are interested to know how to write the paper on bibliometric analysis, you can just go through that research article. That is very useful for the beginners.
Kindly pass on, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one more thing. Actually, you have shown the package, no, for bibliometric. Similarly, exploratory data analysis to do also. Is there any package of this RStudio?
Yes, exactly. There are so, because as far as exploratory analysis are concerned, or if you want to do some confirmatory factor analysis, so there are so many packages are available, because you can do anything with R which you are doing on any other software. Suppose you are doing something on SPSS, so that can be done on R. If you are applying some confirmatory factor analysis on AMOS or Smart PLS, that can also be done on R. But what is required? You have to install the packages. So every time there are different packages, and every day means there are so many people who are working all together on that R is a free means open access software. Anyone can do create his or her own package which can be installed with the R, and that can be done. So every moment you will be finding some updated version of every package. So as far as EFA is concerned, you can definitely do that. EFA, you have to find out which package is the most suitable and most recent package, and you can just install those package. And definitely there are some commands involved in that. You should know that what are the commands, and after knowing those commands, you have to put those commands. Once you have entered into that particular package, then all the things will be done by the software. So that is why our software is in means demand, and it is very, very popular. So means, but right now you have to do some exploration related to the packages. Is it clear?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can do EFA, SAM, all sorts of analysis in R. In any other question in between? Yes, sir.
Any more
We are
questions?
going to wind up, sir. It gets 9 o'clock, so we are not taking the question now. We are going to.
Okay, fine. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Shrish sir, for sharing your ocean of knowledge with our participants. And you
Thank
have
you,
actually
ma'am.
given the entire overview about the data analysis. Probably the session would have helped them all a lot to
Thank you so much.
understand how
Last
data
but not the
analysis
least,
works.
I would like to pay my heartiest thanks to Tiwari sir, who has given me this opportunity to have the exposure of such a prominent portal. Means I can see that means still there are 2 hours have been passed. Still there are 219 participants. So hats off to you, sir. You have just coordinated the things very systematically, and the most enthusiastic and the zealous participants are there. And definitely I would love to help them out if they are having any sort of query after this session. So you people can just be in touch with the Tiwari sir, and I will be sharing all the things with him. And if someone is requiring something, definitely I will be sharing this. Thank
Sir,
you, sir, once
request,
again.
sir, request
Yes.
if you can share the, if you can share the, sir, request if you can share the sample data file so that we can practice on this software.
Sure, definitely. I'll be sharing this with Tiwari sir, and he'll be sharing it to the group.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
There is one request. Every participant, I have shared the Google Sheet, Excel sheet. Please check your name and affiliation correction. If it is required, please do that so that I can print the certificate. I can prepare the certificate with correct name and affiliation. Please mute your camera, sir. So this is a humble request. We have sent a mail. Please act on this by tomorrow EOD so that we can process for the certificate. Thank you, Professor Rajina, ma'am. Please proceed.
Yeah, I would like to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to appreciate our resource person, Mr. Shrish Singh sir, for joining us today and sharing the knowledge, sir. And sir, your knowledge has bring in a great change in the event, and participants it has elevated the knowledge level of the participants as well. And I also would like to sincerely thank our SOEC team for extending the support, and the pillar and backbone of our SOEC, our director sir, Dr.B.B. Tiwari sir, for ensuring the smooth functioning of the event and extending all the support. Thank you, sir, for all this, and wishing the good luck to all the participants. Signing off for the day.
Thank you.
Thank you all. You can leave.